Dun, 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 dun. Hello, everybody. This is Douglas, otherwise known as The Last Holdout, and I'm calling in for the Five Mad Heathens channel in response to CousinoMacul's question about the differences between rights and privileges. And this is an interesting one, and one I've been spending some time trying to figure out. And I think I might have some ideas. So, let me share them with you. Uh, Rights and privileges, of course, seem to be two very different things that people, you know, that people have never really thought about what divides them. And I know that that sentence, if it were transcripted and typed out, would make absolutely no grammatical sense whatsoever. So let's just move on. Anyway, uh, but the fundamental difference that I can think of between a right and a privilege is that a right is a condition applied to your life, or something that you do, or something, or any aspect of the dynamic between you and any other member of society, which nobody would have any rational reason to deny you, and which can be allowed for all humans to participate in without any significant accommodations having to be made. Uh, so an example would be the right to life. Okay, so there's really very little rational reasoning that anybody can provide to deprive you of your life, and you can let somebody live without having to accommodate them. You don't have to, like, constantly go to them and pump life juice into them or something to to help them maintain that right. Uh, and or liberty. You don't have any rational rights. There aren't any rational reasons that a given person can come up with under all but the most special circumstances to deprive somebody else of their freedom to do what they want. Of course, that would come into play when that person decides to start going and depriving other people of their rights, like life or freedom or whatever. So, things like that. No rational reason in the world why somebody can't have their life to themselves, why they can't have their liberty. Honestly, even why they can't have their private property. So those would be rights. Privileges are things which no given person has any rational reason to demand from somebody else as a basic function. Uh, and if it were to be given to everybody, there would have to be significant accommodations made, and there have to be there have to be a set of circumstances that have to be made in order for that privilege, for sake of labeling, to be given to the person, such as the privilege of going and checking out books at a library. Because you've got to set up the library, you've got to build it up, you've got to get the books, you've got to put them all together, you've got to categorize them, you've got to make sure that they come back every week and everything. And a person can go through life without getting free books and everything. It's not something that they have any rational reason that they can come up with to demand from somebody else. So so they must meet the set of circumstances that, well, you've got to have your card, you've got to return your books on time, you've got to have, you got to meet these requirements. Otherwise, the whole system would fall apart. Because if everybody just went and took a book and never came back with it, or destroyed it or something, then there wouldn't be a library anymore. So it's kind of like there's two sides of the coin. It's kind of like a reversal. One is something where you can where nobody can come up with a real reason to deny you it, to deny you whatever you do or whatever you have. And the other is something where people do have to make really great accommodations, and therefore, if you don't respect the conditions under which you're allowed to do something, or under which you're allowed to have something, then you have no rational reason to demand that it keeps being provided for you, or you keep being allowed to do whatever. So that's kind of like the basic difference that I can come up with. So I hope I was clear enough with what I was saying. Next up, we're going to have Orygyn's response. I look forward to seeing what he has to come up with. And yeah, welcome to the channel, CousinoMacul. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.